Mr. Chair, thank you. Committee, it's a pleasure to be before you today and present AB 2525, the California Water Efficiency Landscaping Program. Thank you.
Motion from Mr. DeBobna, second from Mr. Lopez. Ms. Lopez.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Roughly 50% of the state's water use is used for outdoor landscaping. Yet the state does not have a comprehensive program to address thoughtful landscaping policy that promotes climate resiliency and drought tolerance. Many counties throughout California are pioneering these efforts, and it is our goal to take those success stories and lessons learned to craft a statewide path forward. We have climate solutions in our own communities and backyards. AB 2525 creates the California Water Efficiency Landscape Program Associated Fund in order to do two main things. Creates a turf replacement program of $2 per square foot, provides grants to local conservation corps for projects that protect green space and urban canopies in disadvantaged and low-income communities, including projects that use compost and mulch from organic materials, minimize stormwater runoff, and includes education. Okay.
Mr. Holden, would you like to have your witnesses provide some testimony
my bad,
now?
Mr. Chair.
We have the
blind leading the blind.
Yeah. All right. So, Mr. Holden, if you'd like to introduce your witnesses for testimony.
Or I could get six more, move the bills, and then we'll be done. I'd like to, at this point, I'll pause in my presentation and turn it over to our technical presenters.
Thank you and good morning. Actually, I participated in a project in Assemblyman Williams' home turf just a few months ago that goes right to this idea. Anyway, I'm Pamela Bursler I'm the CEO of Green Gardens Group, which is called G3, and we're committed to connecting ordinary folks like you all to the environment right in your front yard through your urban landscape. We're a Los Angeles-based U.S. EPA certifying organization. We train 300 to 400 professionals every year in what's called the watershed approach to landscaping, and we also train between 5,000 and 7,000 Californians a year in how to convert their yards, essentially from grass to this watershed-wise landscaping. We also develop landscape standards and guidelines for agencies throughout the U.S. The term watershed approach has become more regularly used in the landscape industry to describe a particular landscape, and that is one that has healthy living soil, holds on to rainwater, utilizes local native plants, and has highly efficient supplemental irrigation. We use the model of a giant watershed and we apply it to a small property. And this allows us to evaluate a property and apply all the regulations that California has already created, such as greenhouse gas emission regulations and so forth, to that property. It allows us to measure what's going on a property. The standards that would be created by this program, thank you, have promote carbon sequestration, rainwater use efficiency through the capture and retention of rainwater, which reduces pollution and flooding, enhancing local water supplies, habitat conservation, enhancement by planting local California natives, and support the diminishing local California fauna. And then finally, water conservation, which is what we often think about when we think about turf replacement, but actually water conservation is almost a secondary thing to healthy landscape creation. We support AB 2525 because it promotes this watershed approach and it reorients our understanding of landscape transformation from replacing one plant to another. Every Californian, regardless of their economic circumstance, deserves access to health-promoting landscapes that are both beautiful and functional.
All right, thank you. You have another witness?
Yeah.
Hi, my name is David Demers. I'm the Executive Director of the Sacramento Regional Conservation Corps, and I'm here actually representing the California Association of Local Conservation Corps, of which there are 13 throughout the state of California. The Corps has been around for many of the Corps have been around for more than 30 years. We work with young men and women from high-risk environments, disadvantaged communities. We provide education, soft skills training, workforce development, employment opportunities to these young men and women on a daily basis, many thousands throughout the year at all of the Corps collectively. The roots of the Corps are in, obviously, environmental justice and ensuring that we are doing the work that is necessary for natural resource conservation and continue this work throughout all the projects that we do throughout the year. Corps members on the ground can engage in work including urban forestry, canopy maintenance, mulching, watering, pruning, landscape conversion, installing rain harvesting, catchment systems, runoff capture and diversion projects, and many others. This bill not only implements a program that would produce these projects and benefits, but also promotes project delivery in low-income and disadvantaged communities.
Thank you. Are there any other witnesses in support? Seeing none, any witnesses in opposition?
Kyle Jones with Sierra Club, California, on behalf of CLCV in support.
Good morning, Mr. Chair, members of the committee. Lauren Nolan-Tajic for the California Association of Nursery and Garden Centers in opposition. We apologize to the Chair Committee and Author's Office for our late letter. Our issue currently is with the emphasis on turf replacement and the incentives for turf replacement. It's been shown through an audit by the LA City Controller that the Cash for Grass program really hasn't produced the water conservation benefits it was thought to produce. And by doing that, the incentive for turf replacement removes some of those other incentives to do more water-wise conservation methods. And by removing that, turf can have environmental detriment because of the carbon sequestration and other things provided by maintaining turf in the ground. We have spoken with the author's office about our issues and are committed to working with the author's office, but at this point we are opposed and ask for your no vote today. Thank you.
Mr. Williams, you have a question?
Well, not really a question. I just want to
Mr. Williams, would you like to speak?
Provide testimony I guess, in opposition to the opposition. Grass is not an effective carbon sequestration strategy. It is just too short-lived in comparison to trees, which are a good carbon sequestration strategy. And I will also add that Cash for Grass programs have been shown to work in many, many communities, and I don't mean marijuana. I mean cash for turf. And they have the added bonus of most of the time, if they don't work, the agency doesn't spend much money, right? You spend money to defray the cost of turf replacement, and so either people take advantage of it, in which case you save water, or they don't, in which case you don't spend money. So I want to add that I'm supportive of the bill, and the goals of turf replacement are vital. In my own community, throughout most of the years of the drought, if we had not been putting money on, or putting water on grass, turf, we would have not been operating in a water deficit. That means that in most of the years of the drought, we would have had more water than we needed if we weren't putting it all on grass. So I speak in support of the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Williams, for your opposition to the opposition. Ms. Olson.
With respect to the last comment, I just cannot let that stand. I'm supportive of the bill. I believe we need a comprehensive approach to solve our water challenges across the state. Conservation is part of that. But we could eliminate every lawn in the state of California, and we still don't have enough water to meet the state's needs. So appreciate this as part of the larger need to address our comprehensive water challenges, but just couldn't let the last comment stand.
Thank you, Ms. Olson. Mr. Gallagher.
I just noted that this creates the program, or requires the Department of Water Resources to create the program. But ultimately, where does the funding? Where are you perceiving that this funding is going to come from to support it. Because one of my big concerns is, we have big infrastructure problems that we have to deal with. One of them, especially for urban use, is leaking pipes. And I think we need to use public dollars to help support replacing those, where we're losing maybe in some cases upwards of 30 to 40% before it even gets to the landscape where people are turning their sprinklers on or whatever. So I'm just concerned about having enough public dollars to help support some of those bigger infrastructure problems, which I think are maybe a bigger part of the conservation problem in the state.
Right. Well, thank you for that. I think it's also been noted by Assemblymember Olson that this is part of a comprehensive approach. We've got a water problem. We've got an issue that pervades our entire state at so many different levels. But we also do know that conservation has helped, and we do know that if we can continue to encourage better habits and better efficiencies at the local level and supporting resources and helping to leverage those resources at the local level, that it can grow. We also think that current and future water bond funding can help support a program like this, as well as other park bond resources that can be utilized. So it's really kind of leveraging. It's like building affordable housing. There's no one set pot that you can go to. You have to cobble together as much as you can, and you have to try to encourage greater efficiencies at all levels of the consumer market. And we know that within low-income communities, this is an issue that needs to be encouraged, and resources to the best of our ability that can be leveraged to help those communities participate is to be encouraged as well.
Mr. Mathis.
It's what I'm seeing here is the fact of the matter is we have finite resources, be it budgetary, be it water, which is the biggest thing. And when we're talking about disadvantaged communities, I have disadvantaged communities where people have zero water and can't even flush a toilet.
Right.
And when we're looking at programs and the resources, I've got to sit here and I've got to look at this and I've got to go, okay, well, we're taking funding away from a department that can give to this disadvantaged community that doesn't even have water versus giving somebody turf. And we've got to weigh this out and look at where are we actually spending the money and putting these tax dollars, and who are we really helping here when the overall problem is the state's infrastructure and we have people that absolutely have zero water. What's more important here, the people without water or the people with a dead lawn that want a pretty green lawn? So today I'll be voting no on this, but thank you.
Okay. That wasn't necessarily a question.
It's okay. You don't need to answer, or you can address anything you want in your close. Okay. So don't worry about it. Any other questions or comments from the committee? Seeing none, Mr. Holden, would you like to close?
Well, I thank you, Mr. Chair, and I thank the committee for hearing this issue. And, I don't think that it's our intention to pit this proposal, this program, against communities that have no water. I think that certainly common sense tells you that you put your resources behind communities that have or can't even turn the tap on and get water. But I do think it's important as we continue to move forward and try to put together a comprehensive strategy around all of our issues, around all of the needs that we have, that we don't miss out on opportunities to encourage greater participation at the local level for helping to solve these problems. And where we can help leverage local dollars, I think that's a good use of resources, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Holden. I'm recommending an aye. Please call the roll.
The motion is do pass to the Local Government Committee. Levine?
Aye.
Levine, aye. Gallagher?
No.
Gallagher, no. Bigelow? DeBobne? DeBobne, aye. Dodd?
Aye.
Dodd, aye. Christina Garcia? Gomez?
Aye.
Gomez, aye. Gordon?
Aye.
Gordon, aye. Harper?
No.
Harper, no. Lopez?
Aye.
Lopez, aye. Mathis?
No.
Mathis, no. Medina?
Aye.
Medina, aye. Olson? Olson, aye. Salas? Williams?
Aye.
Williams, aye. 9-3.
Mr. Holden, 9-3. Your bill is out. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr.
Ms. Campos, if you'd like to join us.
Thanks.
Mr. Chair and committee members, AB 1928, establishes new deadlines for the California Energy Commission to prepare and implement guidelines that would improve water efficiency performance standards. Since there are two motions to move the bill, I will defer to my witnesses. The statement I just made is a statement that clearly says that we need to move forward in creating water efficiency guidelines for landscaping equipment. So with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Callender.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and members of the committee. Rick Callender, Deputy Administrative Officer for the Office of Government Relations for the Santa Clara Valley Water District. As the agency providing wholesale water to the nearly 2 million people who live and work within Silicon Valley, the Water District is proud to be a sponsor of AB 1928, which would allow the CEC to finish work which they started in 2006. Using water wisely makes common sense under normal circumstances, but in the midst of the drought that we're in, it becomes critical. In setting water conservation goals across California, State Water Resources Control Board Chair Felicia Marcus has remarked on several occasions that outdoor irrigation water conservation represents a substantial opportunity for water savings. AB 1928 will help Californians realize those water savings by producing consumers with devices that meet water efficiency standards when installing or replacing landscape irrigation equipment. AB 1928 would not force anyone to retrofit their entire system or force anyone to buy all new irrigation equipment. People would still be able to utilize their existing landscape irrigation systems. AB 1928 would just ensure that if and when people need to replace broken equipment, that new equipment they buy in stores would meet minimum water efficiency standards. Also, it's been estimated that it may cost an average household approximately $300 to upgrade irrigation equipment. However, the average water bill for a household is still estimated to be about $90 a month. With reduction in water use with these kind of systems, it's estimated that it take consumers approximately 15 months to recoup their costs. Plus, this doesn't even take into account what agencies like mine will do in offering rebates for installing such systems. In addition, groups such as the Santa Clara, Cupertino, and Gilroy Chambers of Commerce support AB 1928 because they understand that the bill will benefit the economy by further creating jobs in our communities through further technological innovations and water-efficient equipment. I finally want to underscore the important aspect of this bill. Implementing these standards will help achieve permanent, ongoing savings of a precious and incredibly scarce resource. And for those reasons, I respectfully ask for your support of AB 1928.
Good morning, Rachel Gibson, Santa Clara Valley Water District. The Aqua lobbyist is in another committee meeting, but she's given me authority to express Aqua's support for this bill as well.
Maria Garcia with Greenberg-Traurig on behalf of the California Landscape Contractors Association. And while we firmly believe that the true key to the best water conservation is through better water management practice, we do fully support efforts to make sure that the most efficient tools are out there and available on the marketplace. So for that reason, we ask for your aye vote.
Thank you. Any other witnesses in support?
Mr. Chairman and members, Michael Radigan on behalf of the Board of Supervisors, Santa Clara County, in support.
Thank you, Mr. Radigan. Any testimony in opposition? Seeing none, any questions or comments from the committee? Ms. Campos, would you? Oh, Mr. Bigelow.
Yes. To the author, maybe you could tell us where you anticipate the funding components.
The CEC. That the funding would come from the CEC.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Ms. Campos, would you like to close?
I think my witnesses did a very good job, and I respectfully ask for your aye vote.
All right. Thank you very much for your bill. I'm recommending an aye. Please call the roll.
The motion is to pass to Appropriations Committee. Levine?
Aye.
Levine, aye. Gallagher? Bigelow? DeBobne? Dodd? Dodd, aye. Christina Garcia? Gomez? Gomez, aye. Gordon?
Aye.
Gordon, aye. Harper? Lopez? Lopez, aye. Mathis? Medina?
Aye.
Medina, aye. Olson?
Aye.
Olson, aye. Solis?
Aye.
Solis, aye. Williams?
Aye.
Williams, aye. 9-0.
Okay.
9-0, your bill is out.
Thank you.
And who do we have next?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You got to leave.
Mr. Dodd, you want to take up your bill right now?
Okay.
So it's me and him, and then we're done.
Morning, Chair and members. I'm pleased to present AB 1704, which will improve an existing process to help growers establish small storage ponds less than 20 acre feet. Before I begin, let me acknowledge the suggestions on pages 5 and 6 of the analysis, and I accept those as author's amendments. In 2011, the legislature unanimously approved AB 964 by Jared Huffman. The Huffman bill allowed growers to avoid a long and costly process of getting water rights permits and instead register diversions for small storage ponds as long as general conditions from the Water Board were met. Unforeseen at the time AB 964 passed was the fact that the Department of Fish and Wildlife still needed to review each and every registration application. With limited resources at Fish and Wildlife, these reviews took time and resulted in requirements that were akin to water rights permits. Therefore, little advantage was achieved by the original legislation, and only 6 registrations have been approved in the last 5 years.
Move the bill.
AB 1704 addresses this problem by enabling the Water Board to develop general conditions in conjunction with Fish and Wildlife. The bill increases growers' water security and enhances environmental benefits by allowing diversions during high stream flows only in exchange for approving a diversion registration. Finally, the bill broadens the applicability of registration program from the North Coast region to the whole state of California. We have worked with the Water Board and Fish and Wildlife to address their concerns, and with amendments taken today, we are confident that most, if not all, issues have been satisfied. With me today are the representatives of the Wine Institute and the Wine Growers Association to speak in support of this bill.
All right, thank you, Mr. Dodd. Bill's been moved and seconded, and witnesses in support.
All right, I will try to keep everybody in the nice place I think they are right now. So Tim Schmelzer on behalf of Wine Institute, co-sponsoring this legislation along with our friends at the California Association of Wine Grape Growers. We also sponsored the original legislation that passed 5 years ago. We thought we put good, bones in place for a good program. But as you heard Mr. Dodd say, we weren't getting the results we expected. This bill is essentially aimed at trying to make this program more user-friendly, and we firmly believe that if we do so, we're going to finally achieve that elusive win-win of both environmental protection and giving farmers more water security.
Good morning, Chair and members, and I will also keep my comments brief. My name is Tyler Blackney. I am the Director of Government Relations for the California Association of Wine Grape Growers, here as a co-sponsor on the bill. Just to echo the comments of Mr. Dodd and my colleague at the Wine Institute, just state that this bill is about trying to conserve water when water is scarce, protect the environment, and give a benefit to growers. I respectfully ask for your vote.
Okay, any other witnesses in support?
Good morning, Danielle Lynch on behalf of California Trout in support.
Jamie Go on behalf of Sonoma County Water Agency in support.
Okay, any witnesses in opposition?
Kyle Jones with Sierra Club, California. I would like to thank the author for taking the amendments today and would like to formally remove our opposition to the bill. Thanks.
Okay. Any other opposition? All right, comments, questions from members of the committee? Mr. Bigelow?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and to the author. Maybe you could help walk us through the type of ponds you're specifically interpreting as to be the ones that are going to be affected by this action.
20 acre feet or less in size.
Okay.
Do you have a
yeah?
more
I mean,
expansive?
this bill isn't changing the type of ponds affected by the small irrigation registration program. They are limited to 20 acre foot ponds,
Just a 20 acre foot?
or smaller.
Or smaller.
Yeah.
So when we were just hearing from Mr. Gray about his local impact and trying to help some of the local farmers, they may be in need of putting in a small pond where, you know, the water's brought in and then it's distributed from that pond. This is an added cost. We're building more cost into those folks. Did you take that into account?
The registration program is designed for people with existing water rights to basically create a less costly process to get these ponds approved and not have to go through the whole water rights amendment process. So we believe that this, you know, we wouldn't be sponsored if we thought that this added more cost, trust me.
Well, that will be the issue because you're doubling the cost on your fees here, and you're asking for additional funding. I mean, asking for additional fees from people who have these things. That's my real issue. And then we're going to take the low income type farmers and actually put an additional burden on them, like Mr. Gray was talking about. How do you see your bill affecting that?
Well, I see my bill affect, you know, the reality is, while the fees are the fees that are in here, without this bill, there was 5 passed in the last or 6 passed in the last 5 years. So we're not able right now to collect water from this El Nino events that we're having. We're not able to do it because there's not the ability for Fish and Game and the water department to be able to, you know, to work together on it. So I would suggest that this is a good, even with the fees notwithstanding, this is a good opportunity for farmers to be able to save more water and not only in the North Coast where the bill was originally designed, but statewide as well.
So your impacts are only going to be affecting those that had their ponds certified under the 1969 law rules, and then given a waiver to get a catch-up. I think it was in the year 2000. So it'll affect those ponds? Because there's a lot of unpermitted ponds throughout the state of California that are unrecognized.
Right, I think
that do exist.
I think what Mr. Bigelow is getting at is that there's other ponds other than what the ones you're specifically talking about, and there's even going to be new ponds that would be registered under the same program, and the cost to them, I think, is what he's looking at. Do you have any information on that, or?
I can't say that I'm specifically understand the 1969 pond reference. You know, I mean, what this program is designed to do is to allow people who wish to put a pond on their property to do so without having to go through what we consider, you know, an overly burdensome water right amendment process for small projects that we think are environmentally beneficial. And there are small fees associated with that. People don't have to enter this program, but those are dwarfed by what the cost would be to somebody who would otherwise be having to face the water rights amendment process.
Right. Mr. Dodd?
Yeah, I just think, you know, I'm permission to read. I don't know if we need that here.
No, you're okay.
What has been the problem in using the current registration process is a Q&A I have. While water rights permits are permanent, registrations like this are only good for 5 years and must be renewed. The expedited nature of the registration was anticipated to be worth the trade-off for a temporary diversion right. However, the Fish and Wildlife Reviews imposed unanticipated site-specific requirements and took so much time to complete that the growers determined there was little advantage in seeking the registration when, for nearly the same cost and time, they could get a permanent right. In the last 5 years, as we said earlier, only 6 registrations have been approved, negating the benefit of the registration process. So this bill here is to make what current code already suggests much more efficient. And everything else is, you know, I think is the same as what the previous bill was, except for having a more streamlined process.
Well,
yes, Mr. Bigelow.
I'll continue to work with the author.
That's fine.
Try to make sure that we've got all the issues addressed for those folks who are more out in the rural area that may be inadvertently impacted by the action that you're presenting here today.
We'll have to look at that.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, well, yeah, I think we have some things we might need to work on going forward. I understand what you're trying to do here. We're trying to streamline that process, which has become very burdensome. There's a lot of us who still have a problem with having to pay these fees for our water rights, right? And also for the issues that Mr. Bigelow stated in his discussion there. But I get from you that you're wanting to work on those issues. So,
to the extent that they move this issue forward, and we can, we can move it forward. I'm not
right.
I'm always willing to cooperate with anybody that wants to talk about any of my bills.
Right. Is that your close, or go ahead?
That's my close.
All right. All right, we'll call the roll.
The motion is to pass as amended to Appropriations Committee. Levine, Gallagher, Bigelow, DeBobne, DeBobne, aye. Dodd,
Aye.
Dodd, aye. Christina Garcia, Gomez,
Aye.
Gomez, aye. Gordon, Harper,
No.
Harper, no. Lopez,
Aye.
Lopez, aye. Mathis, Medina,
Aye.
Medina, aye. Olson,
Aye.
Olson, aye. Solis,
Aye.
Solis, aye. Williams,
Aye.
Williams, aye. 8-1. Do pass.
All right, 8-1. You're on out on 8-1 vote.
Thank you. Thank you.